Most people think that the answer to how often should I be working out is as frequently as possible. Whilst this is fine as a basic guide, the truth is that it's far more nuanced. The studies show that optimal workout frequency changes based on your experience level, but that's just where things start to get interesting. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced gym goer, there is an answer for you. Let's get into the details so you can make informed decisions on training frequency and experience the most progress possible. Do you remember the phrase overtraining? It referred to people training too frequently, and it used to be all over social media, but it seems to have died out. Either everyone started training perfectly, or it was never a problem to begin with. There are two key R's which are vital to consider when managing your training frequency, but before we come to those, let's get into the studies. From a total of 13 studies I found, 10 found a direct positive difference in higher training frequency. In simple terms, that means 2 workouts produced better results than 1, 3 better than 2, and 4 better than 3. They also found that total weekly volume brought basically the same results. So 6 30-minute workouts had the same effect as 3 60-minute workouts. Interestingly, this indicates that total volume is a more important factor than frequency. For you as a normal person, that means making each workout count. So we have some evidence that training more is better than training less, which shouldn't come as a huge surprise. The differences in training experience and training frequency is where it gets really intriguing. You will fit into one of these 3 categories. If you're only just starting to lift weights, you're a beginner. 1 to 3 years of training, you're intermediate, and 3 years plus, you're advanced. Note that this does mean concurrent training. So if you've been on and off for 5 years, then you don't count as advanced, sorry. Go by your most recent training to decide which bracket you fit into. Beginning with the beginners. A 2015 study showed that you can stimulate meaningful muscle growth with just 1 day per week of working out. The study took 30 people who were new to lifting and split them into 2 groups. One group lifted once a week, one group did twice. Both groups made improvements in muscle size and strength. We do have to note that the group who trained twice did experience a little more progress than the group who trained once, but great news for beginners. With just 1 session per week, you will improve. Twice is better though. For intermediates who've been training between 1 and 3 years, a 2018 study split participants into 2 groups who performed the same volume, but one group trained 6 times a week and one group trained 3 times a week. At the end of the study, both groups had made similar gains across their major lifts, as well as comparable body composition improvements. This means that for you as an intermediate, you should focus on getting plenty of volume done. 3 workouts where you do lots of work will equate to more results than 4 workouts where you're unfocused. Intermediate lifters, get your reps and sets in. For advanced lifters, you probably actively enjoy training by this point. A 2019 study put 2 groups of well-trained participants through different 8-week programs. Both groups kept weekly volume and intensity the same, but Group A hit every muscle group 5 days a week in a full body program, whilst Group B hit every muscle group once per week in a split program. What's really interesting is that both groups made the same progress. This gives you the options of a full body workout and a split, as long as your volume is still up there for the week. It also indicates that an extra set or an intense set will be beneficial for you. Advanced lifters, get the intensity up. Before we summarize everything, I do want to touch back on overtraining and frequency management. The 2 R's you need to bear in mind are recovery and reality. Recovery is multifaceted, but top priorities are stress, sleep, nutrition, and hydration. If you're missing one of these pillars, you may well notice that progress stalls or even regresses. If you're unable to improve whichever factor or factors may be impacting your recovery, now won't be the time to add more workout volume if you're already doing the right thing for your experience level. Reality brings us full circle to the basic advice of as often as you can. You have other responsibilities and things to balance against exercise because you aren't a professional athlete. When thinking about the basic guidelines, consider your reality too. Here's the summary to wrap everything up. Beginners, you will make progress training just once per week. However, twice is better than once, and 3 times is better than twice. Intermediates, The number of workouts you get in isn't as important as your volume. Focus in your 2 to 4 workouts per week and get your extra sets in with plenty of intensity. Advanced lifters, you can play around with your splits to manage recovery as long as your total weekly volume is still there. Experiment with what feels good, but you're probably already training frequently enough. How many days per week are you training, and is it working for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. For me personally, I've settled into a good 4 days per week with enough intensity and total volume to keep making progress, but enough rest to allow my body to feel good. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday sessions give me the recovery I need on Wednesdays and weekends. For more health and fitness insights delivered from experience and with integrity, subscribe to me. Thanks.